Would be Isha Deol.
Okay.
Because I think she's doing her Instagram game so well. Besides me, maybe a co-star, maybe Rajpal.
Yeah.
I can say it because he's a friend.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he would be working terrible at art.
Hi everyone, this is Kunal Kothari and welcome to an episode of The Leisure Lens only on India Forums.
Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
Lights, camera, action, red carpets और इन सब के बीच में आपका फेवरेट सेलिब्रिटी तब क्या करता है जब उन पर कैमरास नहीं होते? Well, हम यही एक्सप्लोर करने आए हैं. Hi everyone, this is Kunal Kothari and welcome to an episode of The Leisure Lens only on India Forums. और आज के हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं वो एक ऐसे एक्टर हैं जिनको बहुत लूजली और बहुत डिजर्वेडली कॉमिक किंग का खिताब तो दे दिया गया है. But I have a feeling he would much rather prefer the tag of being a doting father because that too he absolutely is. अब तक नहीं समझे? Of course, it is none other than Tusshar Kapoor. As I mentioned that we are already set and rolling, and Tushar, just welcome to this lovely episode of The Leisure Lens, which is on India Forums, and you've already been told what what you have in store for. But how excited are you in a sense, K? Because this is the most simplest form of art you can think of to do. But I mean, let's start with the most obvious question. Okay, what does art mean to you?
For me, art is a form of expression. It's the best way to de-stress.
Right.
It's the best way to, I think, in the lockdown, for my family to come together and spend time together. Because children are so hooked on to their TV sets or their iPads or the cricket or the football or their homework that I think when you don't have anything to do or you're homebound or you're bound to your house because of the rains or because of if there's a war or if there's anything, I'm saying if there's a pandemic, then art is the best way to really, good time pass, as you would say.
Correct. Yeah.
And it makes you feel lighter. Somehow I don't know how it works, but it's very therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Like writing is therapeutic, I think art is therapeutic. So we used to have these competitions at home.
Lovely.
With all my home helps also. Like 10, 20 of us used to, but not like on blank paper, but we used to actually have those to color in those coloring books.
Coloring books.
We used to do in those books, and then we used to go send those sheets down to the watchman or the liftman, and they take everybody's marks on it.
That is so fun.
Yeah, we used to do that so that my son starts getting involved in art. Otherwise, he used to not like art. But then I instilled in him some form of competitive art, and now he likes doing art. So he has an art class, and he himself said, "I want to do art," and he's learning sketching just with pencils. He's learning that, and yes. So I went on and on.
No, but that's perfect. That is so fascinating. मैंने नहीं सुना. I've not heard of it. You hear about families getting together playing board games, stuff like that. But I've never heard this before. That you actually had these art sort of get-together, so to speak. That is so lovely.
Yes, we at home only.
Of course. No. I mean in that setting only. Yes. That's what I said. And otherwise,
like
क्या होता है?
Bingo खेल लिया.
हाँ, exactly. Art कर लिया. Correct. Otherwise, क्या होता है? वही कैरम खेलो या वही 3-4 चीजें होती हैं.
Yes.
That is so lovely, fabulous. When you look at a painting, एक तो मेरे को है ना वो बहुत funny लगता है कि we have this jokes also ना कि एक painting को देख के आपको उसको interpret करना है और इतना deep meaning होता है you don't even know.
Yes.
Like you don't have.
If you're not a connoisseur,
you're not
somebody who's passionate about it from a long time, then you won't understand what a good piece of art is and what isn't. You need to have that flair for it.
True. Yeah. Do you believe that for you, even though you mentioned that it's just therapeutic in a different way, but when you look at a painting, do you try to find meaning in it? Is there a way?
I do. Like sometimes I get invited to these art exhibitions, and you feel like you would want to be involved.
Yeah.
And there are people, even light-hearted people like myself, who are not serious art connoisseurs, who enjoy going to art galleries and they say, kitni achhi paintings thi. We see sometimes on sitcoms or even in shows that people are enjoying the outing of going to an art gallery, not just going to a movie like us, how we do it.
Yeah.
So you want to get involved, but वो कोशिश करते आपको लगता है ठीक है अभी 6-8 देख लिया अभी घर चलो. That does happen. At least try तो किया.
Correct.
Let's look at it that way.
Correct. Fabulous, Tushar. And now we'll get to some activity.
Yeah.
Okay, we have sheets, we have papers, we have crayons and sketch pens. Your complete choice.
Oh.
Whatever you want to, it's comfortable for you. So the first one is I try to do this wordplay. I might be pathetic at it, but I was like, "Kya sketch hai hum?" Okay,
Oh.
so the idea is very simple. That I'll try to I'll give you like an example, and you have to give me your interpretation of it.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, in the most simple and the most doodly manner, like it's
Okay.
just a doodle kind of a
Doodle
thing.
kind of thing.
Okay, and I'll try to understand.
Yeah.
Okay, like for example, if I would say that summarize your house in a drawing.
Huh.
So it's not necessary you'll draw the entire house. It
It's
can
like
be
mind,
anything.
it's like mind reading, whatever comes to my
Correct,
mind first.
correct. So that kind of a thing. Give you like a couple of instances. We'll not do too much on that, but yeah, I'll try to interpret yours, and I'll also try to do some myself.
Yeah.
And you have to try to interpret, even though you don't know me at all.
Okay. So you are telling me something, or I'll just.
Yes, no, I'll give you a thing. So the first one is, so draw a co-star without naming them.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have a co-star, but I'll try to do an actor.
Yeah.
I kind of think this is like a multi-starrer.
Ah.
है ना?
Okay.
I'm getting in the right zone, I believe. Okay, I don't know if this is. I'm sure it's going to be visible. This is obviously a multi-starrer that is
Yes,
there,
yes.
but I wonder which this one is. I might be wrong, but is this Dhol?
And close.
Close. Oh, I don't think it's Golmaal.
Golmaal.
It is Golmaal. Oh boy.
There's one loud mouth, na?
Oh yeah. There is one loudmouth, and you wonder who that is.
Loud mouth, who's the captain
Captain
of the ship? Yeah.
That is lovely.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do better than
No,
that.
but I think that is my doodling, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I've tried to do something as well. Okay, so he is your co-star, but this is not from your film. Like this is not your film where he was your co-star. I am bad, I know, but I'll try to show it to you.
This is not Singham.
Oh yes,
You're so good.
am I?
Yeah.
I thought I'll be pathetic. I tried to do the hair and
Both of us do the
somebody-
same.
Yeah, that is fun. That
I
is
wanted to
fun.
draw Sharman first, but then I was like, how do I differentiate him?
Sharman had like a kurta
Yeah,
consistently,
kurta. I
है
was
ना?
trying to do that.
Yeah. Lovely, fabulous. Just one more situation in this one.
How does it look? Not too bad.
It doesn't look bad. Yeah, it doesn't look. I think the loudmouth is perfect. It fits what we were going for. Lovely. So we'll do one more, just one more here. If you had to summarize what peace looks like for you and is for you in a drawing or in a doodle, what would that be?
So after,
Yes.
What peace means to me.
Yeah, what peace means to you? You're done? Lovely.
It's quite messy.
It's quite messy, but I have a feeling there's a lot in it. Of course, I'm sure peace is your son for you.
Yes.
It's the most obvious and the most sweetest thing ever. But I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So I think it does have to do with some activity that Laksh does and you and Laksh do.
Yes.
That you did really. I think it's going for a stroll or something. Is this television?
Yes.
Oh yes. Finally, I think I was not going to get it. Lovely. So that is you. That is you and your son, or maybe you're just your son.
This is my son watching TV.
Watching
and I'm reading
TV.
the newspaper.
Ah, lovely.
Sorry,
That is
I'm a
so
bad
cute.
artist.
No, but that is cute. I mean, I was getting there. There with the fact that you're trying to do the whole setup. This is the kind of setting.
Yeah.
It's peace, and it is definitely peace. Absolutely, it is. That is so lovely. I don't know if you can figure mine out. Mine is this one's bad.
You're not going swimming. There's a
No,
TV.
that's a TV. Yeah, I
Watching
think
TV.
what is with television? Why is television everyone's peace of
Peace of
mind?
mind.
That is
Totally.
so crazy. But yeah, I don't know if you can figure this
It's
bit
your
out.
family, you and your wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
My God. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, me and my wife just, kind of unveiling and watching some random stuff on that's peace.
Yes. Yes.
Lovely, Tushar. That was so cool. That was so fun. And lovely. So now we'll do something else as well. और ये थोड़ा सा tricky है.
Hmm.
ठीक है? And इसमें ये है कि now you have to close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay, now we are pretty bad at it. I'm gonna be even worse now because we're gonna close our eyes. And now what you have to do is just think of any object. It's not gonna have to be a situation. Let's say it's a water bottle. Okay, so, but you have to draw it closing your eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so try to think of the simpler objects, and now then you have to guess. Like I'll try to guess because I'm sure we'll go idhar udhar for sure because we have our eyes shut.
Yeah.
So we'll try to do that again. Just two things, and let's see if we can figure out.
Okay.
I'll also do that. Okay.
I can't open my eyes.
No, I'll also. I say I don't cheat. I definitely don't. I'm sure Tushar is also a very good sport. He won't cheat as well.
Are we
But
done?
oh, you're done. Oh my God, I have not even started.
Can I open my eyes now?
Yeah, you can open your eyes
Ah.
if you're done. Lovely. I don't know if I am going anywhere close. Okay, I'm also done. No, did you try to correct it?
No, I didn't. I just.
No, I'm just kidding. Of course, no. Oh, lovely. You were going for a car.
Yeah.
Ah, lovely. So you got it. Yeah, you got it right. And that's eyes closed. So that's very lovely.
And I have to tell you. You.
Mine is
Let
bad.
me see.
Mine is pretty bad.
Let me just-
You'll need more than specs to figure out what even
no,
is
no, no,
this.
no. It looks like. Is it food on the table?
No.
Okay, don't. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
The clock.
Oh yes, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a watch.
Yeah.
I was going for a wristwatch, but I
Yeah.
just completely mistimed the whatever I was doing. I
So
don't know what.
We are equits now.
We are very good.
My
Yeah,
second one
yeah.
was very bad.
That was yeah. No, but you were very good with this one. Again, think whatever you want to and draw. I'll also try to do something.
With open eyes open. Huh?
No, eyes shut.
Okay.
Eyes shut. Okay, I guess.
I'm done.
I'm also done.
Not bad. I don't believe it. I got this far
Oh,
without opening my eyes.
fab. Okay. Lovely.
Tell me who this is
Yeah. Oh.
or what this is.
No, it's definitely a person. Is it a person?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? No. I wondered if there is something
Yeah.
into it. Okay. Is it one of your family members? No. Oh, I wonder who this is. I don't think so.
Okay, male or female?
Female.
Yeah.
Female. Female is very clear. Lovely. Lovely. Look who we have
Without
here.
my eyes shut. If my eyes are not open, the hair's the same.
The hair's the same. Yeah, the hair's are bang on. The hair's are bang on. We're talking about Dipti, lovely person, but yes, fabulous. I have just got really bad once again. I don't.
This is the stroller, no? Children's stroller.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Cycle.
vehicle. No, I mean I was going for a bike.
Okay.
But I completely just
No, but fine.
annihilated what was supposed to be a bike. But yeah, okay, whatever. Lovely, fabulous, super, Tushar. So now let's get to the bit that if you, I'll ask a couple of questions again, because I believe that apart from what Laksh brought to you as a father, like I mean emotions, the being a father is obviously the most special thing, and there's nothing. But when we talk about art, when we talk about recreational activities, so to speak, what was the kind of activities, or what is the kind of thing that you had in childhood, like you and Ekta growing up, and of course
We never did so many indoor activities. Those days we used to play out in the building. All the sakli, hide and seek, land and water, football, cricket, badminton, table tennis, building me.
Okay.
I think today kids have a mix of both. They have a structured outdoor plan, and when they're not outdoors, then they're indoors. So we were hardly indoors. And indoors we used to play also with that time. Those games were very different. चोर पुलिस चिट्स होता था
Yeah,
ना
yeah, yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah. वैसा.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
चोर
yeah, yeah.
पुलिस
True police
chits,
chits. Yeah, yeah.
and we used to play name place animal thing. There used to be a game,
Of course, of
housey.
course. Yeah.
So today, I guess the kids they have different activities at home. They're on their iPad. They're making YouTube videos. He's making
Yeah,
my
man.
friend's cousin, my son. What am I saying? My son makes YouTube videos. He has
Yeah.
play dates. He has friends over. It's like a play date. It's not like we go to
Wow.
somebody's house in the building and play.
Okay.
So all that hide and seek is out. Now it's just what football, only
Yeah.
football. Even at home, it's only football. Or
Okay.
all these football cards,
Oh
player
boy.
cards,
Oh boy.
and sometimes they play board games. Like yesterday, I saw him playing snakes and ladders. I say, oh, that is something I used to play. Or he plays carom sometimes that I used to play. But otherwise, it's totally different activity pool.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yeah, lovely. But do you worry about all these things? Because see, all of us can,
No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it's about how much. I think they only will do as much as you allow them to do, and what you inculcate in them through your
Correct.
conversations with them. So we can move ahead with time. We can move with the time, with technology, and with the advancement of these information gateways, social media, etc., etc. But there is a good and bad side to everything. So you can't control everything, but you
Right.
can at least be a friend to your child. And
Yeah.
try to inculcate some responsibility, some sense of responsibility, and know how much to do of what. Yeah.
But do you believe privilege? Because see, at the end of the day, we are privileged. They are privileged kids today. We come from affluent households. We've managed to get the best of the best, and we obviously want to give them the best of the best. Do you believe privilege takes that, raw factor away from children these days, even more so considering we are literally in the madness of
That's how
digital age?
privileged you allow them to be. So thoda rough and tough, you have to
Yeah.
give them that independence that you do this yourself, walk to school, or you um, pick it up yourself,
Yeah.
put your laces on yourself, uh, go figure it out yourself. I can't help you with this question.
Correct, correct.
Research it, or so that's, I think, every household, no matter how privileged you are, you can make your child more in tune with the real world. They don't have to be sheltered too much. They don't have
Right.
to be too overprotected. And I guess it's up to the parents to decide how they want to take their child forward. Yeah.
Fabulous. I'm sure you have some lovely artworks, to show for us. And I say lovely purely for the innocence of it. It's the sweetest things. So, are there somewhere, are they hanging around somewhere, or are they somewhere in a place where you can take us to?
Okay, I'll show you what I like.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Fabulous. So, this is the first one we've directly gone on to. And, it is so funny. I was literally talking about, abstract artworks and there's so deeper meaning. This seems like it. This definitely
Yes, it
seems like
like
it,
it. I
right?
won't be able to tell you the meaning of it, but it's very grey, and it goes with the gloomy weather that we have today. And this room has fewer colors. It's not very, very colorful. It's black and white and silver.
Yeah.
And white mostly. So I think this kind of merges with the color palette of the room. And is that an author's signature?
I'm sure
Author
it
means I would
is.
illustrator, I would say.
Illustrator.
Rahil, it looks like.
Rahel, yeah.
No, it looks
yeah,
like Rahil.
Yeah. I believe
So maybe he is some sort
He's
of a
good.
genius. Yeah.
And
Can you interpret something?
I'm definitely not going to
Yeah.
interpret it because I'm very bad at it. But because we're talking about this one,
It just seems like something very broken.
Ha.
Like depicting something very
Yeah.
broken, something that is not. It's not like it's very out of sorts.
Yeah.
And that's something that we all go through at some point or the other. We
Correct.
feel like a little shattered, broken, or a little confused, and
Absolutely.
not in touch with the universe, really. And that's why I'm into Buddhism. I think I chant
Lovely.
so that I don't have to go through this.
Yes.
So that I'm in touch with what I really want to do.
Lovely.
Because the universe will throw challenges at you.
Constantly.
It'll keep giving you these. It'll give you, external circumstances that will throw you off guard and make you feel like this. So it'll come out of this and just like polish your own mirror. That's why I chant.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Is this anything specifically else, which not necessarily, let's say, not something you like specifically, but maybe that it's out there for a reason, and if maybe Ekta loved it, or Jitu sir loved it, or just anything,
I think these pictures only They are
That
there
is
for
artwork. I would say pictures are
they are
artworks.
there for a reason. And this is actually the family living area, so
Yeah.
it was designed by the family. It's not my personal space,
Ah, okay.
so I would have otherwise given you a little more in know-how about what. So here it's pretty much.
Yeah. These are precious
It's
though. I
like
mean,
there's a lot of space. That's all I can. There's space
yeah.
here, and there's. I do all my interviews and all my
Yeah,
media trials. I was
rounds.
going to say media conferences. I do them here.
Media trials.
Me,
That's bad.
media.
That's bad words right now.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, but I understand, of course. Lovely, but these pictures are so precious. Yeah, there are
Yeah,
some
we can go
paintings
there. Yeah,
there. We
we
can
can go
just
there.
have a quick scroll there.
These seem more happy, more
Yeah,
colorful, and this is. I have some memories of this room also. I guess maybe it's depicting my feeling when I come here.
right.
2019 memories when it was
Okay.
raining, and I remember I used to bring my son here
Oh.
a lot. I wasn't staying here earlier. I
Hmm.
used to bring him here because my parents used to come here a lot, and yeah, his toys used to be here. And these paintings, let's talk about these paintings. They all talk about plants and they talk about life, and
Yeah.
it's bright and it's happier, and it's about, it just brings emotions of success and emotions of freedom and emotions of happiness. And I don't know, what is your take of this?
No, my take is pretty much on a similar lines because I believe it might look just random bold brush strokes, which is sort of camouflaging. Especially these two. I think these two stand out to me personally.
Yeah.
I'm sure people don't care about my take, but that is what it is because there is like a brush stroke and then there's a plant on it. There is a
Kiran, I
flower
think
on it.
looks like a name.
Kiran, yeah, it
Kiran,
does
huh?
look
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Kiran. Yeah, I mean I'm sure, but it is so
So
it's so minimal.
it's abstract, but at the same time, it gives you a vibe.
Yeah,
It gives
lovely.
So, are you a connoisseur of art?
No, not at all. Not at all. If I was, I would have definitely come up with something trying to look cool, but no, it's not. But you mentioned memories, Tushar, this room and this area. We're specifically talking more about the area as opposed to just these things. What are the memories, not necessarily just with your son, but with the family overall? When you have areas like this in your, I think everybody has a special corner, some sort of a thing, right, in their house.
Yeah.
What are the kind of memories that are so special to you?
Memories I have here are that sometimes I used to have my lunch here before I did an interview, and in between the interviews, because I use this living area to do the media interactions. Yeah. And besides that, yeah, like these walk the talks
Yeah.
that we are doing right now. I have done a couple of them earlier also,
Lovely.
coming up here and
Lovely.
doing like a walk the talk while doing the interview.
Super.
And we used to have all his toys here, my son's toys. So
Oh.
he used to play here. He used to play on this chair, go climb up, when he was a toddler.
Yeah.
So those memories come up. And then I have memories of doing workshops here. I remember I used to do all my workshops here, especially if it's a home production like Marich. There's a film I did. So
Of course, yeah.
I did the workshop here. And even 10 June ki Raat, I did the workshop here. That's on Hotstar.
Of course,
so,
yes.
Like a week, 10 days, we used to be here and we used to be jamming it.
Wow.
With scene after scene after scene. So वो सब इधर हुआ है इस room में. So those are the
Fabulous.
memories that come up. So I guess that's why it's also bringing up a lot of newness.
Yeah.
It's the start of something. These
Start of
paintings are
something.
like talking about. They speak a lot of positivity. And it connects to my memories of starting new work.
Lovely.
That's what I think I'm seeing in these paintings. Flowering of something.
Flowering of some. Oh, yes, perfect.
We're pretending to be connoisseurs.
Yeah, I know, right? But we're
no
good at
harm,
it. I think, you're an actor. I think pretending
We're-
is a part of your job.
And then you learn while you're pretending. So
Yeah,
we're learning
exactly.
also.
We're learning also. Little did we know that we knew so much, and so many things about all these things. Lovely. Now we are here to this very fun part. I'll just quickly throw some questions at you and you can just give your lovely answers and we'll be very light about it. So, first one is if you had to doodle your film career as a timeline, what would be the highlight points for biggest highlighter?
25th May 2001, the day my first film released, good or bad, it was a highlight for me, and that would be the highlight of my doodle.
Lovely. And I'm sure there are more highlights as well. I mean,
Yes,
later
there
on,
were more highlights, but I think that would be the first colorful highlight. Yeah.
True. Fabulous. Which co-star you believe would be totally, just totally beat you in an art contest?
Totally beat me in art contest, that would be Isha Deol.
Okay.
Because I think she's doing her Instagram game so well that I feel like she's found her mojo beyond just the screen appearances that she's made and the work that she's doing. I think even on Insta and social media, that she's making more look more.
Right.
It's not just less is more. She's posting a lot and she's looking amazing and
Yeah.
she's just doing it very creatively.
Yeah.
So I think would be her. She would
Definitely, definitely. And one you think would be hilariously just terrible at it.
I don't know if I can name it. I could name anybody. I don't think anybody would be terrible. I think it would be probably I would be the most terrible. But besides me, maybe a co-star. Maybe Rajpal.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can say it because he's a friend. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he would be terrible at art. Let's look at his whole character.
I know, right?
by
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Perfect. That just fits so well. Lovely. If Ekta Kapoor was a brushstroke, you know what kind would she be? Would she be a bold brushstroke or more like glittery
A
or
thick
just
brushstroke,
a
very
thick
colorful
brushstroke?
because she's someone who loves abundance.
Yeah. Fabulous. Which splash of your career felt more like a very colorful splash and one that more felt like a black and white kind of a thing?
I think the Golmaal releases were a more colorful splash. Like the black and white phase was probably the pandemic. It was either too white or too black.
Yeah.
Tough times. So those would be more in the black and white palette zone.
No, fair, absolutely. We're very tough times right now. Next is if you had to, go ahead and say like, if there's an actor you believe would just do fabulous and be like, paint a masterpiece, even if it's a 2-minute cameo, who do you think would that be?
I think Tabu maybe
Mm-hmm.
because she's effortless.
That's true. Yeah, she's just so
Gorgeous,
good.
effortless, intense, everything. Yeah.
Lovely. What role from your filmography, where it was the script was barely sketched, so to speak, but you just ran with it and you just made it your own.
There's a movie I did called Shart, which was
I've seen it.
I don't know. Nobody saw it.
I'm telling you, it's
It
there on
came
satellite.
late. It came in the movie theaters. I think very very minimalistic manner. That's a very classy way of putting it. And then I don't know how you saw it. You saw it on satellite. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, it was myself, Amrita, and
You're
Rishi.
right. Yes, of
So
course.
it wasn't a bad film. It was just very bland. I think it was just unsketched, uncolored.
It was a
That's what
remake, right?
It was a remake, and I
Yeah.
think we all felt that it shouldn't have been made, and
Yeah.
we did it because we were committed. So the director, myself, he's a wonderful guy, very talented, so successful today.
True.
And I also had to honor my commitment, so I did it and made it good for myself.
True, of
that
course.
I finished my commitment, but yeah, all's well that ends well. It came and went.
Absolutely, absolutely. We don't really quite remember it after a point of time.
You remember? You saw it.
I'm telling you, I'm
I've
going
got
to
some
talk about
power
it.
That movie gets watched.
Yes, yes. Satellite is something else. And just finally, to round it up, the last one. If you had to doodle, like, let's say, or just write, the most viral headline for yourself, what would it be?
Oh, right, the most viral headline for myself. I am so uncontroversial and boring. I think nothing about me has ever gone viral in that sense.
Yeah.
But most viral headline. मेरा तो कोई viral headline ऐसे. I think my posts have gone viral. I mean, some of my very harmless posts have gone viral because of how natural they were and how.
Correct.
But I haven't created a sensation with some quote or something. That's just not me.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a viral headline in the beginning of my career which I was misquoted. I said that something I said, and it was misquoted as my film sells more than so and so's movies. Oh God! And that's just not me.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's okay. I think at the end of the day, as you mentioned, you think you're boring and uncontroversial, but I think that's being viral in its own self. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Because authenticity is
I
work.
think viral headline, Tushar becomes a bachelor dad.
Ah,
a viral headline.
Lovely. And we have the book. Where's the book? Yes,
here.
of course.
For all the family audiences who want to read a nice family book about my journey into parenting and beyond. Right up until the lockdown.
Yes.
There's a lot of artwork in this also.
Yeah.
And I wrote it myself. It's self-written. So you like it, it's mine. You don't like it, it's mine.
Fabulous.
Just give me some grace marks because it's my first time. Thank you.
Fabulous. And on to more, because I think that's another chapter for you. That's just gonna go. So thank you so much, Tushar. This was such a pleasure. I had the best time ever. It was very sporting of you to be doing this, and you were great at it. You were so welcoming for us and everyone in general. So thank you so much. I wish you nothing but the best, and we just have to wait, but I'm sure the wait is going to be worth it for the lovely projects you have lined up ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. Good fun it was. Hi, this is Tusshar Kapoor here, and you're watching me on the Leisure Lens, only on India Forums.